everyone, welcome to Tekla User Days 2022. I hope you are all enjoying our session. My name is Kiran Jose, I'm from the Trimble Middle East office, and today I would like to present you all with the improvements and enhancements for the Bridge Creator tool. So here is a glimpse of the topics which we are going to discuss in the next coming slides. And most of you might be knowing that the Bridge Creator tool has been released as an extension which is available for download from the Tekla warehouse. And the primary purpose of this tool is to create bridge deck along with the other bridge component inside Tekla structure. And this is one of the tool which has been constantly enhanced, and the latest version which is currently out is version 1.9. Folks who are new to this tool, let me give an overview. The Bridge Creator tool is capable of reading alignment from the land XML file or Tekla construction lines or polylines, or even it can read alignment values from an Excel file or maybe a text file. Once the alignment is read by the bridge creator, user can constrain a cross-section for extrusion. And this cross-section can be defined using the cross-section editor inside the bridge creator tool, or you can call in profiles from the profile catalog. And furthermore, with respect to the cross-section points, there are options to call in part type components or beams or poly beams along the alignment. So now let's look at the user interface improvements for version 1.9. So there is a new option which has been added to call in name, material, class for the shape which is created. And also added more controls like flexible spacing, exclude spacing for handling and distribution of component instances like beams or polybeams. Further, a new auto rotate option has been added inside the component tab for placing beams between 2 points in the cross section, and this helps to control the profile even when you have the alignments in a slightly curved manner. So now let's look into the improvements in the road alignment. So here we have a bunch of feature requests being implemented here. So the first one is we have an option to combine multiple construction lines into a single alignment line. And also users can now define the start chainage value for the alignment. And previously, whenever you have long name for your alignment, there were no options to change it, but now you can easily edit them. So now let's see all of these improvements in action. So here I'm going to launch the Bridge Creator tool and going to read the 3 different construction lines which has been already created. And here, depending upon your requirement, you can make them active and define which is the start point for it. And then now to edit the name for the alignment, you can just simply click on the name and give the new name for the alignment. And then define the start chainage value for the alignment. So that also can be directly edited and updated. So once the updates has been made, and you can just simply click on convert to merge all these 3 different construction line into a single alignment line. So here you go. Here is the one single alignment line. And now let's see how Bridge Creator read this alignment line. So if I just click on read and just going to pick the newly created alignment line, here you go, the name has been updated and also the start chainage value is been also updated. Moving on, now let's see the improvements with importing new cross sections. So once a new cross section has been successfully imported, there are new options which has been added to control the vertical and horizontal offsets, or if you want to mirror the cross section, we have an option for that one as well. And there is a new option to rotate the cross section which is imported at a specific angle. So now let's look at all these features in action. So at first, I'm going to import a new cross section from the profile catalog. And as an example, I'm going to import a fixed profile which has been imported to the profile catalog using the DWG import method. So as you see here, while we import into this bridge creator cross section, it comes as rotated. So I can give a rotation value, and if I want to give a vertical positioning for it, this can be done as well. And also if I want to change it to the left or right, so that control is also being implemented, and there is also an option to mirror the cross section as well. So one of the major improvement on the bridge creator tool is to perform parabolic variation along the extrusion path. So previously it was possible to perform only linear variation. So now we have 5 different methods to perform parabolic variations, which are based on polynomial equation. So now if you see this graph where we have a cross section at P1 and another one at P2, and this was the previous case where we perform a linear interpolation, but now we have 5 different methods. The first one is linear to polynomial, where we have first a linear variation followed by a polynomial curve here. And the input for the user will be f and f2. And now if you see this one, that is polynomial interpolation, where we have 2 different curves, and the user input here is L2 and L1. And this one, linear angle to polynomial, the first interpolation is based on a linear angle followed by a polynomial curves. And even we have one method where we can perform third degree polynomial functions. For those of you who are very keen to explore these different interpolation methods, I would suggest you to go through this PDF document which comes along with the installer file. So here you can see the detailed explanation for the calculation behind each different methods. So now let's see a short preview on how to apply these interpolation methods to the cross section. So in this example, as you see in the preview, there are 4 different key cross section defined at 4 different chain edge values. So when I click on create, by default, it performs a linear interpolation between these key cross sections and create the deck. So here is the one. And now let's see how we can perform polynomial interpolation. So as a first step, I'm just going to select the first key section and then click on edit, and then on the point number 5, I'm just going to make the longitudinal geometry of type P to L and define the transition point between the 2 curves. And the same I'm going to perform for point number 6 as well. And since this interpolation is from a small cross section to a large cross section, I'm going to keep it as reversed, like in both cases at 5 and 6. And now I'm just going to perform the similar operation at the third cross section. I'll just click on edit and go to point number 5. I select the longitudinal geometry extrusion method as P to L and give the transition length as 6000 between the curves. And again, the same applies to point number 6 as well. So once applied, I can just see the preview on how the extrusion is going to happen. So here is a preview from the first key cross section to the last cross section. And now if I just click on create, here you can see a deck which has been created with a polynomial interpolation. Now coming to the last feature, which is an extension, section view along path. So this extension basically helps the users to create section view along a poly curve. So this will be very useful in the cases of bridges or tunnels where the longitudinal geometry varies from linear to poly curves and so on. So now let's see a short preview on this tool. So before running this extension, there are a few prerequisites that you need to ensure that is maintained. So first one is like you need to create a GA drawing with a top view of the geometry in which you are planning to run this extension. So like in this one. So once it is done, then you can run this extension. The extension, once installed, it will be there in the modeling side, applications and component. And from there, you can launch the tool. And as a first step, you can just pick a poly curve or a poly beam, which indicates the direction in which you need to run this section view. And then you can define the section view depth in the Y and X direction. So once it is fixed, you can click on draw depth borders. It will show you the preview of the view depth along the curve path where it is going to take the section view. So once you are happy with the section view depth, then you can run the tool. So before it, you just need to open the document manager and select the GA drawing in which you need to place the section view and click on generate drawing views. When you click on generate drawing views, it will start taking the section views and also place the section view marks on the top view and also places the section view below it. So as you see here, you can see the section view along path. But if you notice, it is not a single section. It is actually a combination of linear section and curve section views. So basically, it just takes different section views according to the geometry and then just place it all together. All right, that's all from my side. Thank you for being patient listeners till the end and see you all in the next one.